Hey, girl. Hey. I was reminded this weekend of something that happened in our hometown.
That's a surprise. Nothing usually happens there.
Do you remember back in the day? Back in the day
Okay.
on Highway 21 between the Walmart and the flea market, formerly Bilo,
Right.
on the left hand side as you were heading out of town, on the right hand side as you were heading into town,
Right.
there was a house. And on this house, there was an elephant.
Oh yeah.
It was a drug house. Dear listeners, there was a drug house that if the elephant, and this elephant was the size of like an outbuilding.
It was.
But it was mounted to the top of the house, right?
Oh.
If the light was on the elephant, there were drugs in this house. There were drugs in this house. There were drugs in this house. If the light was not on the elephant, there were no drugs in this house.
Oh man, small town life.
Dear listeners, it's part of why I was what made me think of this, man.
Yes, that's the part that I'm really interested in.
Well, I usually go to one grocery kitty. The newer one that's no longer new, over near where you used to live. Over at 64 and East Broad Street. You know the one I'm talking about.
I have not heard somebody say the word food kitty or grocery kitty in so long. Oh.
So that's the one I normally go to.
Okay.
Well, I went to the grocery kitty at Jane Towers Road and Highway 21 North.
Not sponsored.
Definitely not. I went in there, although they have put a new facade on the front of it. I walked in there, and after I got home, I told my mama, I was like, Mama Mims, I got something to tell you. Have you ever noticed how that grocery kitty has a large portion of people that look a little more inbred than the rest of them?
Oh my gosh.
And she's like, they do all look alike, don't they? I'm like you know, and this is okay.
Like you're just now raising the alarm? Or just...
Ring the alarm!
Oh Lord, we got.
I am Beyonce.
Yeah, I have also been having Beyonce on the brain a lot too. Right? Nothing like a good album that makes you go back and revisit all the old stuff too, and you're like, dang, God. She's always been good.
She has always. I mean, one of my drag numbers is Beyonce.
Not Beyonce. Yeah.
It is. It's Listen, but the remix of Listen. I always wanted to get a huge hat, and I mean a huge.
Oh my gosh, have you seen those hats?
Huge,
right?
Yeah,
the new ones that everybody's been wearing.
Yes.
My only qualm with Beyonce right now is that I don't know if they're doing the trend up there like they do down here, but there's a lot of people that like to do the if I was a boy, right? As they de-drag in front of the audience.
Girl, they've done that for years.
It's starting to come back here. Ugh. Like, and I and it's just very strange because I'm trying my best to be like not gagging, but at the same time, it's like, how many of you are going to talk about how this is my number? I'm like, can't be all of your numbers. If this is everybody's showstopper at the end of the show, we're in trouble. Right? Like, do something different. Do it to like, dude looks like a lady or something like that. Like, just something different, please. So yeah, this is my complaint for the day.
God, I had something, and then that just totally like took whatever thought I had away from me. My God.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm gonna be a little rambly today because I've basically been going nonstop day and night since last week we talked.
I know, girl. I know.
So my brain's a little bit scrambled today.
Night.
Yeah. I realized
and day.
earlier I tried to like do something with fabric and I stopped myself. I was like, I need to stop now because I'm gonna mess up this piece of fabric and I don't want to go buy anymore.
Is it going to get better for you anytime soon?
So this week will be better, a little bit better, because I don't have practice on Monday. But the person that I've been helping with trivia is still out of town, so I have one more week of that. So
okay,
I at least get like a day off, a evening off this week, and plus we don't have, it's not our anniversary anymore, so I don't technically have to go to the theater Saturday, so I'll have at least a little bit more time this week. Wait, but Saturday is actually Black Market, so yeah, that's another thing that I'm going to.
Speaking of another thing that you're going to, dear listeners, did you know that we have a Patreon?
That wasn't a good segue that time. That was most of yours are pretty solid.
This all relates together because, Maim, we really have to start recording stuff. So, dear listeners,
I thought we were going to start on Thursday.
Well, we are, but are you ready to do it this Thursday?
I mean, all I got to do is
a zoom, and a boom, boom.
Well, wait,
and a shake your rump.
Which one are we recording?
Oh, we'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, dear listeners, if you go to Mims, patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw us some money. Hey, Maim!
Which one of us is tired again?
Yes, dear listeners, I just came back from Statesville, North Carolina.
Fourth worst place to live in North Carolina.
That is not true.
There's a website that ranked it as the fourth worst city to live in North Carolina.
There's a website that probably ranked it the best place to live in North Carolina. So it's not that bad. It's not that good, but it's not that bad. There are lots of white people we went to school with that really like it there. Dear listeners, Babe, did you know that we have another podcast?
Oh, yes. I'm afraid of going any further right now.
It's called You Slay Me. It's a Murder, She Wrote podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
I did actually.
If you go to mimsandmaim.com, you can buy a shirt or a tote or a sticker or a mug or anything.
Or anything, hey, or us.
No. That's prostitution, dear. That's prostitution.
No, I just meant like one of those like cameo things.
But if you want to start a cameo, we can start a cameo too.
We could do a cameo.
I mean, I don't know how many people would ever.
Word up, everybody say, when you hear the call, you got to get it on your way. I miss that band.
Oh, I was just going to look at my phone until you were done. Are you done?
Yeah, I think so. I'm done. Oh wow. So I don't know if you checked the Facebook today. So last night was a very fun musical that we did. I played a baking assistant that was spiking all of the biscuits with cocaine, and basically started a drug ring out of the bakery. It's very fun. And then the Pillsbury Doughboy got called in, and here we called him Mr. Pills, and he's essentially like
What are you talking about? I was looking at my phone and not paying
Sorry, that was a musical last night for our show. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was like one of those extra ridiculous.
Well, this is season 3, episode 14. Odell.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that's Marjorie. Just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out. The lights went out. The lights went out. The lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
I don't have time for that, girl.
You never do.
I support you. I love
No,
you.
you don't. No, you don't.
I do not love improv. I am so sorry. Dear listeners, I support the arts and I support you if you enjoy the arts. But that episode of BoJack, the improv episode of BoJack where he's on that yacht and just shooting people with lasers and like, dear God, this is the worst thing ever. That's me with improv. I do too.
I miss that show.
Did you watch all of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love BoJack. That's actually one that I know I don't normally watch it in the same time everybody else does, but I gave it a try and I got hooked. So I was like,
I could not watch it at the same time everybody else does because when, spoiler, his mother dies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, if you haven't finished watching BoJack, then that's several years ago.
I mean, it's been a few years now.
That was directly after my aunt passed away, so I was not a mental place for that at all.
No.
Anyway, where's Sugar Bakers?
Sugar Bakers.
And there's a phone call.
Who's it from?
Well, Suzanne picked up the phone, and she's being pretty rude on the phone, and it's Odell.
Oh, hey, Odell.
That's Charlene's brother, one of them.
Oh, little baby brother.
Yeah, he just wants to catch her up on some hillbilly news, apparently.
That's the best kind of news.
Yeah. So Julie and Suzanne have a little conversation about how Suzanne does not think it's a good taste to have that many children, unless you're Mormon.
Yes.
Because they could just seem to handle it.
Oh, then you can start a music group. When she said that, I was like, all right, great. This is going to be one of those episodes. I'm into it.
Well, Maryjo's here. She's not late.
She's not.
But her hair's still outside.
Girl,
did you notice how big it is?
That is like 2 cans of Aquanet.
At least. Like, poor Eddie Potts, that hair's bigger than her.
It actually was. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like when those little like 5'2" drag queens were in their pageant wear. It's basically the same illusion.
We had one of those. Raven Simone, not to be confused with the
Did she at least spell it differently? She spelled it differently.
Simon, or was she Sy?
Okay. Oh,
I don't remember. She was older than Raven. Anyway, we called her the prettiest horse because anytime all I wanted, what song from Aida?
I don't remember.
All I done.
I don't remember the names of the songs from Aida. Dear listeners, I'm sorry.
One side to myself that loves everlasting situation.
Honey, we have a podcast.
Easy as life. There we go.
Okay.
Girl, I just had to get to it. You got to
Oh, see, if you had said, the one that Deborah Cox sang, then I would have known immediately.
Girl, Deborah Cox sang the whole damn album.
No, but Deborah Cox had a remix of that one that was
which is everywhere. The one that she did anyway. Anytime she came out there and did that, she did her little pinwheels and little stuff and splits, and then she started hitting her feet, and she was like a counting horse. So we called her the prettiest little horse in Raleigh.
Wait, I don't understand. What do you mean hitting her feet? What does that mean?
Bam, just tapping them down as she to the faster than the beat, spinning her arm in a car. Yeah, the prettiest little horse in Raleigh.
Jeez Louise.
See, was that whole little spiel not worth it?
No, it was actually.
Okay, and but she was shorter than you in heels.
That's wow.
She was tiny and coked out of her mind most of the time. And she used to come up to me, baby, I can make you so beautiful. You could be the most beautiful drag queen here. Girl, are we talking? You would just have to put down your eyebrows and shave. And she also will sleep with me too.
Obviously, you don't understand our style of drag.
No.
Still,
I mean, this was back when I was, actively doing this a lot. I haven't seen her in a month of Sundays. I wonder if she's still alive. Anyway,
she's probably still doing easy as life. Honey.
No, she's not. She's not. She hadn't done drag around here in forever.
Really?
She burnt some bridges.
Oh.
When you burn bridges with gay clubs, it's hard to get them back.
I mean, usually you just move away to another big place. Maybe that's what she did.
They all want Versailles.
Oh Lord, yeah, not Versace.
Her sausage. Dear listeners, if you are ever looking for a show that's a show, and you see Versage, Versage, as a drag performer, you should go and see her because she's fun.
She is fun, and she does put on an actual show.
She puts on a show. No gay club really likes her that much because she's a pain in the ass.
She has been doing a lot more straight stuff lately, I've noticed.
Well, that's because she always burns bridges wherever she goes for some reason. I don't know if, well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know if she burns bridges, but I do know that she can't
the bridges catch on fire.
She can't seem to hold on to a gay club. Like, she can't seem to hold on to a place to call her home.
We have a few girls like that down here.
But she's an actress now, so that's all good.
Right. Like award-winning actress.
Well, don't go that far. She hadn't won any awards yet.
I mean, maybe.
Best in show. Is that an award we give drag queens? Is that one of them?
We're gonna be. Oh wait, I was gonna say we're gonna be banned, but I was like, nobody likes us anyway, so we're fine.
It's true. Anyway, no, lots of people like us. They really
lots of people like us. Actually, they really like us. They really, really like.
So Maryjo's there, and she says that there's a pantyhose conspiracy because they just can't hold up to a hangnail. Suzanne's like, y'all just need to stop men bashing. Because eventually you're going to think that men even caused, what's that thing called? Oh, PMS envy.
Yes. Well, men don't cause PMS, but they do make PMS worse for women.
Yes. Maryjo said, somebody from Geraldo Rivera should just follow you around with a tape recorder, Suzanne. Get all this on.
Well, I mean, that's, basically what Del Shores does for a living, right?
Well, Charlene's here. Charlene's here. She's late.
Charlene's late?
She just loves plug CBS mornings.
Good Lord, I know, right? That was terrible.
Well, I believe that's like when CBS Morning was just getting started again.
Yeah, no. I mean, it made sense at the time, but it was just like the delivery of it was just so terrible.
Speaking of CBS This Morning, my husband and my friend, several of my friends here, always watched the Sunday morning CBS, like CBS This Morning.
I mean, I guess people like it.
They do with that sunshine and all that, like, feel-good mess. And
I mean, I suppose. I mean, I would have to be awake to watch it.
Oh no, you really don't.
See, to me, like See, it's really funny that you would say it like that too, because like I remember back in the day, like really back in the day when I used to have like my very bad insomnia, and I would be up till like 5 a.m. when it would start coming on, and it would put me to sleep.
Mine was girl. Whenever I couldn't sleep, it always Daisy Fuentes. Daisy Fuentes Top 40. That's how I knew it was time to fall asleep.
Those little soft voices, and they're being so calm because it's the morning and they want you to have a nice peaceful morning. And I'm like, you guys are literally putting me to sleep.
And it's nothing but liberal white people.
Yep. If I wanted, I mean, like, I think a good morning show for people like us, or people like me especially, would be like, I don't know, like Gilbert Gottfried and Bobcat Goldthwait.
Hello.
That would be a morning
Good
show.
Morning.
Wake me up. I think that we might be on to something, except for Gilbert Gottfried died already.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Darn it.
Well, Bernice is here with Anthony.
And the audience is literally an applause break.
Girl, this isn't filmed in front of a live studio audience.
No, I know that. I just
the laugh track had a lot.
They put in an applause break for you.
I'm just saying, is this the first episode with the laugh track in it?
I don't think so.
Because I haven't really noticed it before today.
I don't know. We may have to go back and.
I mean,
maybe look at some
are we
past
going
ones.
to?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
So we find out that Suzanne's blouse wouldn't be accepted back because there were sweat stains.
Whoa. Sugar Baker women do not perspire.
There has not been a can of deodorant in a Sugar Baker woman's house in over a decade. Or 3 decades. I don't know. But Julia's just looking at her, Suzanne, like she's crazy.
Yeah. Do you think Julia's more of a secret kind of girl, or do you think she's more like a what would it be with the ones back then?
It was secret.
They were
It was
secret.
There was sure.
Oh, raise your
unsure,
hand
unsure,
if you're
unsure.
sure. Oh, wow. I used to be so proud that my mom used that deodorant because of that commercial.
There was Tussie.
Girl, Tussie. That's like sinful baby powder. Good gracious.
We had someone in high school that used Tussie, like out of the can and just slam it. Oh, I do not use deodorant or antiperspirant.
You told me that before, that's amazing.
I know.
I couldn't survive.
I bet you could.
I don't. I don't smell good even after I forget deodorant for a day. I smell terrible.
That's probably just in your head. What's
No.
in your head?
It's not, because-
zombie. Oh.
So what do you use, like crystals or something?
What? No, I don't use anything.
So you just let it just
Simmer. So I used alcohol for a little bit because you're really just trying to kill the bacteria down there. Like that's all it is.
I use alcohol every weekend, so it's
under your arms or
Oh no, sorry. I do it from the inside out.
Okay, I see. No, I just every once in a while have a little bit of a little smell, but nothing too. You always
Right.
smell yourself first, right?
But I do think that some people do tend to get smellier than others, right? And that's what I mean. Some people do. I know for a fact, ever since I was a teenager, I do put out a odor if even if it's been a day. So yeah.
I mean, I just shower.
Honey, I can't be taking shower. I live in South Florida. What am I gonna do? Live in the shower?
Yes.
No. All right, problem solved. Great.
Look, girl. I ain't gonna lie to you. My German ass self. If it's real humid outside, I'll take 2 showers a day, maybe even 3. I'm that person.
I like that if it's humid, I literally live in the state of humidity.
I know you move there.
I'm well aware of that. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, Bernice has a dance fever contest. They don't want to call it fever anymore because the old people don't really like anything associated with fever. But they have a dance contest at the old people home.
Oh, okay. Who's going to be her partner?
Well, that's an interesting thing. Bernice loves dancing. She was married to a dancing fool, which the story of that is her husband, when she met him, he was in the circus as a dancing fool. If they have any more questions about that, she'll have to call the relatives. But her current, the person she's getting ready to dance with, had a stroke.
Oh, no.
And he can't move from the waist down, which Suzanne really hates it when that happens to her dates.
It's cringe.
Well, Suzanne has a suggestion.
What's the suggestion?
Ask Anthony. He's probably a really good dancer. You ain't got nothing.
Alert.
There we go.
Alert.
Anthony's well, comments about my race aside, no thank you. So Julia pulls him into the kitchen. It's hey, Anthony, if you do this, you don't have to do any chores for Suzanne for a month. I'm in!
I mean, I think that alone made me think to myself, gosh, wouldn't that be great to just have a camera following Anthony around on all of the errands he has to run for, just taking the blouse back. Oh gosh, I think that itself could have been an amazing spinoff.
Well,
Anthony's
girl,
errands.
That would have been that would have to be after season 7.
Yes.
Suzanne's gone.
Yes.
So, no, it wouldn't have been that good.
No, that's true. Oh,
and Anthony would have his horrible girlfriend or wife or whatever she is We're getting there, y'all.
We're approaching that actually. It's starting to.
There's
get
a
near those
lovely
times.
episode farther along where each one of the sugar bakers, including Anthony and his girlfriend, relive. Oh God, frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn.
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind. They're all dressed up.
Stop. Just stop right there.
Y'all, we got some racisms to get through eventually.
Yeah. We got some. The show starts veering.
The show once Clinton became president, apparently racism was solved, and we could take some more liberties.
Yep, literal liberties.
Literal liberties. So Bernice is like, "I'll show you the steps if you show me how to get down with my bad self."
That's right, Bernice. There's one thing that's really interesting about Bernice, and I've been trying for the life of me to figure out if they cut it or something like that.
Right.
But there's that song that Bernice used to sing all the time.
Girl, that didn't come until like a season
Was it
5.
later?
Yes.
Good gracious! It felt like she'd been singing
That's
that
after
for so much longer.
Suzanne. After Suzanne leaves, they rely on Bernice a lot more.
Okay.
Oh.
Now it makes more sense because I was literally like, I know that we've seen Bernice quite a bit now, but
Where did you come from? Is that the song you're thinking of?
Oh yes, honey. You know the one I'm talking about. Yeah, you know. Yes.
It's gonna be another little racism we're gonna have to deal with. Well, look, Odell's on the phone and Charlene's talking to him.
Well, hi Odell, what you doing?
And you know what? Suzanne did not tell her that he called.
Suzanne just forgot. It's hillbilly stuff.
Well, they're talking about some wax lips, and maybe they're coming back in style.
They are.
Well,
sorry, look at every drag queen.
Speaking of that, did you watch any of the
Drag Race Australia?
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh,
I'm working through Canada right now.
okay.
No, the Drag Race Secret Celebrity, blah 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 blah.
No, we haven't watched it yet. We recorded it, but we haven't watched it.
I tried. We made it through the first entertainer and was like, this is bad. Because it's like Masked Singer.
Yeah, that's what they said it was going to be in that style.
I thought, when I saw it previewed or heard about it, I thought it was going to be like the last one where it was, 3 drag queens set up 3 celebrities, and that was fun. That had some like.
So wait, so what is the style of this one?
Masked Singer.
So it's just going to be like all of them performing on
all
each
of them
episode?
performing each episode, and each week somebody goes home.
Jeez.
It was.
That's a long thing.
Jackson.
I'm not.
It
I mean,
was
all of this just so that Loretta Devine can win. I mean, it's just like.
Oh, you haven't heard.
Is she the first one to go home?
She's the first one gone.
No. I thought she was going to be a shoe-in to win.
I'm sorry, dear listeners, to ruin it.
I thought she was going to be a shoe-in to win.
But it's already been posted everywhere. Yeah, she's gone.
Jeez, that's upsetting.
Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, you didn't win. Well, she wasn't even.
Okay, well that's okay. So at least you've started watching it, so that when me and the other one watch it, right, we can at least know, like, okay, so it's not just us. If it's not hitting us the same way too.
I think this is meant for straight people. Yeah, like, tell me if I'm wrong, and if I need to like go back to it and watch first episode again.
Yeah.
I also have you watched any Canada's Drag Race?
Oh yeah, we've been watching Canada and Australia. Like, yeah, we're up to date on both.
We haven't gotten through the Snatch Game, which is the most recent Canada. But I haven't agreed with a couple of things yet on Canada.
Which ones?
I think, who was it? I think that the last time Fierce Delicious should have gone home.
Okay.
I think that What's Your Doodle won that. The native one. I don't remember her name. I also do not think that the big black one. I don't know what her name is either.
I don't have their names memorized.
I think she should not be there either. I think that she lost her lip sync when she did it. So,
I will tell you that, not to give anything away, but
no, just stop. I don't want to.
No, I'm just gonna say, like, prepare yourself for another Snatch Game Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Girl, I don't know if you've seen it on the haters roast. One more quick thing, just dear listeners, because we're bonding. We forgot to bond over this before we started this. I do apologize. On the haters roast, there's a video of Jinx Monsoon talking about her weight.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
And she's like, I've heard a lot about my weight gain. And I know when I won, I was much thinner and much prettier. And I would just like to say a lot of these girls have never been thin and have never been pretty. And I would also like to say about the All-Stars girls that are here, if you'd done it right the first time, you wouldn't have to come back for All-Stars.
Gosh, I love it. I love it so much.
And if you ever find where she's talking about Trixie Mattel's father, watch it. It is
okay. I'm gonna have to look it up.
4-minute long form joke. It is so good. Like it's a long joke that just
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Well, Odell's on his way over because he's in the ATL.
Oh, that's nice.
He's very deep, a lot like Woody Allen.
Okay, this was 80s Woody Allen. We have to remember that.
Oh, he was still gross. He was still
gross.
No,
he was gross, but he got much grosser after the 80s.
Well, I mean,
he did
ask Ronan Farrow about that.
Marrying his stepdaughter and all of that.
Mia Farrow was not that old when he started with her either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, she had that kid with Frank Sinatra, so, all things being equal.
There's no proof of that. He is so beautiful.
Except for the fact that he looks exactly like Frank Sinatra.
He is so beautiful. He is such a beautiful man.
Like, he looks exactly like Frank Sinatra. Like,
no, he's more attractive than Frank.
He looks like a young Frank Sinatra.
No, he doesn't. He's got blonde hair.
Oh, my God. Yeah, like his mother.
Mm-hmm. He looks like if Mia Farrow and Frank Sinatra had a child, which... Anyway, Odell is into poetry and knitting, doesn't have a girlfriend, and works at a beauty supply store. Suzanne thinks he's involved in some homosexual activity.
Yep, insert gay stuff.
And Julia's like, well, he sounds interesting and talented, to which Suzanne said he sounds like a woman. And Maryjo chimes in, was like, well, Suzanne's so backward, she thought there was a patron saint of gays called Saint Francis of Assisi.
I did appreciate that joke.
Odell's here.
Hey, Odell, mumbling your way through those lines.
Well, he has something special to talk about with Charlene.
Oh.
He's seeing someone special.
Is it?
And Charlene's going. He came to see Charlene because she'll be the only person to accept him. Do you remember Earl Sloan?
Yes. Yes.
And Charlene's like, you and Earl? No, his daughter. Enter joke, Sissy.
So funny. You're so ridiculous.
Well, we meet Sissy, and she looks like one of those people who was at that food line.
Look, at the time, a joke like that would have really been skating the edge, right? So, I mean, we have to remember that this was literally like 30-something years ago.
Did you just let that joke I said pass right by?
What did you say?
I said, enter Sissy. She looks like one of those people from the food line I was talking about earlier.
Oh, Lord. Girl.
Well, they've been in love since she was 8 and he was 10. There was a fight between the Montagues and the Capulets. Mr. Sloan kept his money in a sock out back. Speaking of this, y'all, there's a bartender named Possum who keeps his money in jars in the back of his yard behind his trailer.
Lord have mercy. I forgot about Possum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every night he'd fill up the jar and bury it.
Jeez.
Anyway, Chuck Berry, Charlene's dog, potentially dug it up. Well, Mr. Sloan always claimed that happened. So then Sloan dug up their yard, including Mama's prized roses. Right.
Yeah.
They got in a fist fight. And Charlene's dad punched Mr. Sloan.
Wow. Charlene's dad's got a little fire in him.
Yeah. Odell and Sissy want to get married.
Well, that's not going to work.
You know, I'm related to somebody named Odell.
Of course you are.
He would show up at all the family funerals. Funny.
On your dad's side?
No, my mom's
Really?
side, yeah.
What?
Yeah, I got country folk on both sides.
I would have thought.
I am glad I got some of that German DNA in me. My God.
It would have made a very different person.
Oh, my God. Two families with just straight up and down family trees mixing. Jesus Christ.
What kind of tree is your family tree? Bamboo. Honey. Bamboo.
Tall, strong, and straight up and down. Oh, God. Well, Charlene's dad's here, and he is upset, Maim.
Oh, no. He was so nice last time.
To which Suzanne says, we're going to have a real hillbilly shootout here in Sugar Bakers. God, I'm so happy Suzanne's in this episode.
Yes. Her moment-to-moment commentary makes it worthwhile.
Well, Mr. Sloan's here.
Dang, both of them?
And he starts fussing. They both start fussing. Charlene's like, you know what? Y'all come and sit down. Julia sends Odell and Sissy upstairs. God, I sound real Southern whenever I say Odell and Sissy, don't I?
Do. It's almost jarring. Just a little bit.
I can't help it. It's just their names.
No. I don't want you to do anything. It's just really funny because when you said it like that, I was trying to figure out like something feels off about this particular episode. I can't figure out what it is, and it's like every time you say that,
Odell and Sissy.
Yeah. It's like this person shows up, and I'm like, who is that?
So Maryjo sits down and is like, what else could possibly happen? Enter Anthony and Bernice in their dance outfits.
Yes, looking fab.
And Bernice is like, maybe we should have gone with the feathers. Or maybe all this has to do with the boy and beautiful girl climbing down that trellis outside.
She's cute.
She's cute. She's just really dowdy.
I mean, I bet you there's some I bet you she's done like some other photo shoots where they probably made her up and teased that hair out, and she probably looked
Girl,
good.
don't you wish there were glamour shots for us now?
Yeah.
Like Mims and Maim do glamour shots.
Yes. I mean, technically, we could still get that. There are girls down here that do those types of gigs.
No. I am talking about a glamour shot.
Oh, like the real glamour shots.
Glamour shots. You and I go in there with like a boa and that's, oh my God. I just connected all the dots. That is what Raven Simone's job was. She worked at the glamour shots in Crabtree Valley Mall.
There you go. I wonder, does the glamour shots, did they go away, or are they still kind of like around?
Okay, Google. Glamour shots. There's glamourshots.com still.
Whoa.
Why is that? What's going on here? Glamour. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Shots.com. It's from hugedomains.com. Let me not look at that. Anyway. Everybody loves a huge domain. Am I right, Maim?
I mean, after enough drinks.
You know what? I think it's a good moment for me to plug something. Dear listeners,
boy.
if you're ever in Augusta, Georgia, I have a friend who is setting up a wine and design down there. You know, it's one of those places you can go with a group and that sort of thing, and have some wine, do a painting with your kids, with family, with work, you know, all of that. Look it up. If you're in Augusta, Georgia, just Google Wine and Design Augusta and go down. I love this person to death, so this is not sponsored at all. I'm just helping someone, not even helping them out, you know. What am I trying to say, Maim?
You're just giving props to.
I'm giving
somebody.
props, and it's a minority-owned business, so you know what?
Boop, boop, boop.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Anyway.
So now,
back to the show. It's a little bit later.
yeah.
And Suzanne's like, they just want to get married. That's really no big deal. To which Maryjo's like, you know, some people it is. To you, it's a lot like just getting pizza. Anthony's here with some food.
Yeah, McDonald's plug.
He got a McDLT, girl. I love
this was another blatant plug.
Do you remember the McDLT?
Oh yeah.
On two sides had the flame broiled cheeseburger, and then it was their answer to a Whopper. Speaking of, I have not had a Whopper in a while.
Sorry. Sorry. Something about you saying it like that. Sorry.
Whopper. Oh God.
Oh.
Charlene's like it's like Romeo and Juliet, and then they talk about how virginal they are, and Suzanne's like, "Are you sure?" You know, when Diana, Queen Lizzie had her check by the gynecologist and signed, sealed, delivered,
and stamped. She said,
and stamped.
I was like, ooh. There's truth to that, but also cringe.
Well, Charlie and Anthony decide to go out and find Odell and Sissy.
Okay.
But Bernice forgot completely about the dancing contest.
Oh,
but she does have a question.
Yes.
Am I dating you, Anthony?
Oh my God. That could be the Harold and Maude of the 90s.
So now we're at a synagogue.
Your face says it all.
Odell, it's the Sabbath apparently, so it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever. Nah, it's Friday. Odell and Sissy asked the rabbi to get married. He's like, I can't do it. It's you know, it's the Sabbath. Odell is not wearing a yarmulke, and Sissy does not have her hair covered. I just can't even. But they mighty like that service.
Now, did you catch the part where it really felt like Odell was just ready to have sex? When he's like, we've been waiting for 9 years. Like,
yes.
He said it in that way that was like, this went from like a sweet episode to kind of like, okay, that's a little weird that you're like pushing it this much.
Oh, she's 17.
Yeah, because he's
19, she's 17.
Mm-hmm. Which I guess where they're from, that's okay. I guess. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I'm sure Charlene's parents got married when they were like 12. So.
Well, Charlene and Anthony are here.
Oh, hi. Anthony still got his outfit on.
And the rabbi's like, it's our night for newcomers. And Anthony's like, it's okay. I'm related to Sammy Davis Jr. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Oh, I forgot about Here Comes the Judge. Thank you for that memory.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Charlene begs Odell and Sissy to come back. Well, now
she gets real heartfelt,
yeah,
right? She gets super heartfelt about disobeying her daddy.
Yeah, skip all that. So
Jeez.
I was falling asleep during that part, but we'll get to that shortly.
Oh, God. Okay.
So we're at Sugar Baker's now, and Sloane and Bernice are playing checkers.
Mm-hmm.
And Maryjo's like,
beaten.
Bernice is beating him. And Maryjo's like, I could really see Bernice with Mr. Sloane. Shame he's married.
Yes.
So Charlene enters, and she's trying to be peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Sloane and Charlene's dad are fussing back and forth. Suzanne that says, excuse me. I said, excuse me.
She reminded me of you in that moment.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
I was trying to leave an American Eagle in Hickory, North Carolina at Valley Hills Mall. And it was me and a friend, and there were 3 girls in front of me that were like this, just going as slowly through the aisle and like trying to leave the store. Couldn't get around because it was like Christmas time, so there were like shit everywhere. It was the only path out. And I was like, excuse me. Hey, excuse me, if you're going to walk that effing slow, could you please do it along the side so that I can get the hell out of this fucking store? They looked at me aghast and agog, and I just walked right on through.
I wish I could say that's the only time you've been like that, but it's not.
Oh, girl, it's my entire life. It's simple things. It's just so
I know.
hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Yes. Well, sometimes. You say it loudly, though.
Dude. Anyway, Suzanne's like, it's been 9 years. These two are still together. It ain't going to go anywhere. All these adults seem to be very okay with them wanting to get married.
Well, they've been in love for 8 years.
They don't know what love is.
I want to know what love is. I want you.
I don't want either one of them to show me. Are you crazy?
Sorry, I just wanted to sing the song.
Julia's like, it's not our business except for you made it our business. But I think that these two should be allowed to get together, and they seem like they've got better head on their shoulders than much more people their age. Mr. Sloane snaps back, and she said, to which Julia said, well, if you had your good sense to put your money in a piggy bank, none of this would have ever happened, Mr. Sloane.
Terp.
And then the dad's like, they don't care about the family. Charlene's like, yes, they do. They came down to get their aunt who would support them, and or sister who'd support them, and then take them out to get married, and so they would have a Fraser person to hug them and kiss on them and all that good stuff.
I thought it was smart of Charlene to bring up grandchildren, because that will always you hold out the thought of you never seeing your grandchildren, that gets people to straighten up real fast.
So Maryjo's like, you know what? There's not that much difference between y'all and already married people. Y'all just acting like in-laws, and you just have a little bit more of a start on it. And Miss Sloane calls Charlene's dad son of a bitch. Maryjo's like, would you like to call him anything? I'd like to call him a friend. Miss Sloane's like, well, we're all going to go back. We have a wedding to plan. To which Maryjo ends it by saying, don't you sometimes think that life is like one long Frank Capra movie? Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do 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 do. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you find yourself in Miss Georgia World?
Yes, Miss Maryjo Shively in that green number,
yes, ma'am,
honey.
with that tight little black skirt.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
that's the most modern thing she's ever worn, and she looks
true.
so good.
That is true. That it was going to be Suzanne, and then she walked in. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, she looked really good. I was like, this is, to me, like, this is how they should dress her all the time.
Hey, mate. Well, they aren't going to.
I know.
Hey, Maim,
Yes.
did you like this episode?
It was a 50-50 episode for
Okay.
me, right? 50-50 because I always love, unlike what you said earlier, I always love episodes where Charlene gets all emotional and stuff. Those are always good for me because I like seeing those weird glimpses of future, you know, of her as a future actress because it's like they give her these little moments. But yes, the family part was like, brr. Especially when we got to meet Mr. Sloan because that gentleman was not a very good actor. Also, Odell mumbling through everything was very like the first few lines that he said when he walked in the door. I was like, "What did you just say?" Because he's saying it.
So, if you can't tell, this is not one of my favorite episodes.
No,
This is a throwaway episode if I ever did see one. We are in mid-season. This is.
I mean, it's not a throwaway; it's a mid-season episode.
Yeah, those are throwaway. Those are the ones that didn't make the cut. They're doing the mid-season before they take the break and come back.
Yes. Our little. Oh man, remember those days?
Yeah.
Like breaks in between seasons.
So you know how you can even tell this is a mid-season episode.
How?
Nobody changed outfits.
Oh, you're right.
Like it is the same outfit all the way through, except for Anthony and Bernice.
Yeah, that's true.
And like once they have it on, they don't leave it. Like it takes place in the course of a day.
Yeah, it's all over the course of the day.
This is Odell and Sissy aren't good actors. Like, I don't even know if that's Charlene's original father from a few seasons ago.
No, it's the same
good,
guy.
I'm glad. It was rough. And like when she was having that heartfelt moment in the synagogue without either of their heads covered, including Anthony and Charlene's, which is highly disrespectful. Let me throw that out there. That is highly disrespectful. Linda Blower Thompson, if you're going to do that, they have the shit when you walk into a synagogue or temple. I don't even know if it's synagogue or the temple, whatever. They have the shit right there that you put on. Anyway. It just, when she started prattling on about that, I'm like, nobody cares. This is a waste of Jean Smart. You thought it was very nice. I thought it was a waste of her talent.
All right.
Yeah. So, babe, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you? Now that I got that off my chest.
Now that you got that off of your breastplate, good Lord.
Did not care for it.
No, I can tell.
Not my favorite.
The audience can tell too.
Not my favorite.
Audience can
Not
also
my
tell.
favorite. Not my favorite.
Yep.
Not my favorite.
Everybody can tell.
It was a rough time rewatching it today. I almost just didn't do it.
Why didn't you just? If you don't like it the first time, don't rewatch it.
I have to.
Just...
I'm the one who has to give the plot. Girl, I make notes to tell you exactly why I don't like it. And I love doing that.
I know. So, hello, dear listeners.
Hi.
Good
Are you our favorite relation, Auntie Maim?
I don't even know anymore. This is Auntie Maim, the half of this duo. If you would like to follow me on the social media, you can do so.
Very generous.
Yeah. Ooh. I think I'll just turn off the microphone now and go running some errands. So...
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was going by weight. Go on, dear.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, if you want to follow me on social media, if you want to follow me on social media, you can follow me at auntie_maim. That's MAIM on Instagram, at Maim Ministry on Twitter. Also, if you would like to ever see me performing in real life, I do improvised comedy at the Villain Theater down in Miami. You can find out more about them at villaintheater.com. Also, I host a weekly cabaret karaoke show called Amazing Colossal Karaoke at Kill Your Idol on South Beach. So that's every Thursday night starting at 10. So if you're ever in town and want to just come hang out, I'll be happy to make you feel at home. How about you, my bitter Mims?
Hey, y'all. I'm the Divine Miss Mims. You can find me on Twitter at Divine Miss Mims. You can find this podcast on Twitter at Baking Sugar Pod. Hey, Maim. I've got a suggestion for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you donate money to any political thing, make sure that you opt out of everything, because I get emails from Nancy Pelosi and Stacey Abrams like on the reg. It is very annoying. I know that is not.
Why don't you just unsubscribe from
because what if this time Trump is going to jail? I want to be the first to know.
Oh my God. You're your own worst enemy.
Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have a Patreon?
What?
Dear listeners,
Shut
if you go to
up.
patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw us some money. Hey,
She's
Maim.
descending.
Hey,
She's
Maim. I'm getting ready
descending.
for the next one, which is a hootenanny. Hey, Maim.
Yep.
Did you know that we have another podcast?
Do we?
It's called You Slay Me. It's a Murder, She Wrote podcast. Get it wherever you get your podcasties. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
I'm eating my mic. Did you know that we have merchandise? You can find it at vincentmaim.com.
Oh my
Maim,
God.
somehow we managed to take this episode that I thought was going to be under an hour and stretch it out to under an hour. So if you... do you have anything else to add?
Wait, what? Okay,
Just say
I'm
goodnight,
good. I'm
Maim.
good. Yeah, good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.